Sam Ghiotti, thank you so much for joining us here at FundForum International. There's been a lot of conversation this morning about your favourite subject, and that is bringing technology and data into financial services like this. This is what your lifeblood is, isn't it?
Well, I'd like to think that sort of financial technology and generally technology can combine with business model to really create better services for customers, whether they are individuals or whether they're institutional clients. And I know that there was a lot of conversation today around being more customer-centric.
Do you think that technology is being fully embraced now? Because there was resistance, wasn't there? And companies like yours were sort of seen as front runners in it and battling against the sort of institutions that didn't want to budge, if you like.
Well, I guess the answer is it depends. And within the broader spectrum of financial services, I think there are certain sectors, particularly like retail banking and payments, that have been affected deeply by change for now over a decade. And they were essentially forced to reinvent themselves in that journey. There are other aspects of financial services, particularly those operating a bit more in the sort of the second layers of customer interaction. So the asset managers, other insurance companies, they're just about to begin that shift happening. And I think sort of the sessions here at FundForum this morning were particularly focused on the future of the asset management industry and generally of the fund industry. We started to see sort of percolating some of the subjects around sort of technology, innovation, the readiness of particular technologies, and how they're really going to impact the economics of this industry.
Customers are demanding this as well. We do see people now not willing to accept what's been happening in the past. They want things to evolve. They're very demanding as a customer.
Yeah, absolutely, without a doubt. In fact, one of the topics this morning was, what are the opportunities in the direct-to-consumer space as all of the asset managers actually trying to address more directly the burgeoning consumer needs, particularly in the context of savings and investments. And this is a space that is absolutely going to remain foundational for the industry as a whole. And so organizations are really trying to be successful in that space need to really be optimized for customer experience and for platforms interoperability. And those are kind of subject matters expertise that I think generally the fund management industry is pretty short of.
So if that's happening and that's the way forward, how do these companies compete? Because there are lots of other financial services trying to get into that space as well, aren't they? There's more insurance companies, say, coming into this space too. So how do they stay ahead at this point? What should they be doing?
I mean, interestingly, this was actually one of the hottest debates today, unsurprisingly so, because I think the key message is that everybody understands that they need to transform their business. They need to transform their business to make sure that they have a business in the next 2 years and beyond. The real question is, how much they should be investing and where. And that is a question that is, it's a very complicated question to answer, but at the heart, it really is foundational to believe that you have to transform. And some of these investments actually have no immediate financial returns. And that's hard to digest for organizations that have always been used to take decisions on the basis of, sort of cost-benefit analysis that were pretty much, squared and in a box. So I think it requires the fund industry to, first of all, really take stock of the needs of the marketplace, first and foremost of their own customers, and secondly, so really take decisive steps as to how they can transform, not just from a technological point of view, but in terms of business model, service innovation, and ultimately talent acquisition and talent retention.
Ben Phillips and Casey Quirk described it as a shift from a manufacturing mentality to a service mentality.
That's right.
You don't think of asset managers as manufacturers, but it's an interesting analogy, isn't it?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think sort of the closer you get to the asset management industry, you really understand how they see themselves as manufacturer of financial instruments, and they have a very important role to play in that sector. Reality is that I think the marketplace is demanding more for them. The customers is demanding more. The regulators are demanding more, and so they have no choice. So those that will succeed will take this demand as not as a threat, but a real business opportunity.
Talking about business opportunities, a conference like this does allow those conversations to happen. Do you think people genuinely take away ideas and collaborate at things like this to discuss where the industry is going?
So I think these industry forums are very, very important, and the extent to which they welcome outside-in perspectives from other industries, from other players, sometimes from within the industry, but different sectors, I think it sort of brings more creativity, more different perspectives and experiences, and it helps everyone take home a richer prize.
What will you take home, do you think?
Well, this was for me the first time at FundForum, and I really enjoyed the sessions today. We had some really interesting conversations. I really learned a lot about the state of the industry, and particularly sort of a general sense of where the industry feels they are at in that transformation. And what I said openly in some of the sessions today is that my personal opinion is that this industry is where retail banking or perhaps payment was about a decade ago.
A lot of work to be done.
A lot of work, but that's good. There's great opportunities for everybody.
On the ground floor, as
absolutely.
they say. Sam, thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure. Okay, thanks. Bye.